Yes. Welcome to Neverweakened, session 30. We are back, still inside Axeholm. Last session, most of our heroes battled some magnetic elementals in the first major chamber once they'd entered, but Cal was whisked off his cleric feet at some point. Wasn't able to aid the rest of the band, but we jump in. We're going to talk a little bit with the guys and then see what happened with Cal. Diddle-doo, diddle-doo, diddle-doo. Yeah, we're here, we're live. Yo.
All right.
Party people.
Hey, what did we do?
Okay, so the thing, if people can see on the stream, then if you have it muted or whatever, it'll you can see it in a second. But when we went to Mexico and we got this tower of like snack containers for my daughter, and but I immediately thought dice would be great for this instead of her little chewy things. So I ordered some more on Amazon. So now I have the right like number of chambers, but I got D4, D6, D8. It's like a rain stick of dice. It's my new favorite thing. So that's it. That's my takeaway from Mexico.
An adult rattle.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Breaks down into two smaller parts. It's amazing, you guys. Ingenuity. I'm a grown up.
Speaking of rattling rocks, Mando saw that these elementals, once we had fought and successfully destroyed them, had exploded into a bunch of elemental rocks that I noticed.
Yes. And yeah, upon investigation, realized that it was not Feskar, but we'll say the most, magical component of that goes into the making of the alloy. And
I mean, or then maybe like the undefined door.
Loot goblining.
heck yeah. So,
I'd imagine still a bear at this point, so he would probably be staring daggers as an angry bear at Cal, who's standing on this balcony like, what? Why did we have to fight and you didn't?
Cal's looking like, y'all have fun?
well, so there, so we need to rewind because Cal's just had like a whole experience while you guys were fighting these elementals. And Cal, do you remember the last thing you were doing?
Yeah, I had walked into the room and disappeared. And I found Mold's little bird.
Little?
Well, he's small, right?
It's the average bird.
Average, size. Yeah.
Oh,
Birds don't get very big. Unless you're in Australia.
Or on Sesame Street. What?
The bird's a grower, not a shower.
We watched Sesame Street where there was this gang of birds that moved on Sesame Street, and Big Bird wanted to be popular. So he's like, I want to be part of the good bird gang. But the guy in charge was like this. He's a total dick, and he kept trying to make Big Bird change. So he ends up like small bird, and he's blue. He has tiny feet. It's trash. This is trash. Out of here. Moral of the story: bigger is better. I don't think that's the moral. Okay. Sorry, I had to go for just so if anybody asks any measurement questions, I just have it in front of me.
Yeah, what unit of measurement are we in?
Fantasy measurement? Feet?
3 Garfuckles.
4 Phandalorians 7 years ago. We've got
the Phandalorian foot.
Okay, 40. Okay.
Just 12.75 inches. Just to be weird.
Cal. So, Cal was in the hallway investigating I guess the little robot went first, right? And you followed?
Well, yeah, the robot disappeared first, though.
Okay.
And then I opened the door and walked in.
So, full on, like, enemy of the state style, you get a hood over your head. Just, thump, you're not even able to see who's, like, assailing you. But you, as soon as you maybe reach for your what is your mace, your focus? So
Most recently is brazier.
oh yeah. So whatever you would reach for to start, defending yourself, maybe casting a spell, is like, ooh, you just get manhandled by these giant like gorilla hands on either side, like and you're just pinned, unable to even speak aloud anything. That you're like bound with this gag, so the hood so tightly, and before you know it, you're like whisked up on the shoulder, and you can tell you're just, oh god, just ragdolled. This being you're not being like harmed, really. You're not taking damage, but you're definitely being slapped around like a little ragdoll, like a toy. And
confused too.
And you hear muffled voices speaking to each other, and I don't know. On your way, would you like to try to perceive any? I don't know.
What do you do?
Right.
Can I tell what they're saying, or
On your way, being manhandled like this, you hear, it's not what they're saying that sticks out. It's how they sound. Very deadpan delivery, and it sounds like their voice is being filtered somehow, like it's going through something. Not unlike you've heard before.
Yeah. So I would say, like, try, since I'm bound. No, I'm gagged, so I can't even say anything. I'll just, like, wait, I guess. Since they're, like, I sort of know what they're sounding like, so I'm not going to try to fight too much.
The voices you're hearing, we'll just say the way Mando sounds when he speaks through his helmet. That's what you're hearing, and you hear one of them say something to the effect of like, oh, what he got through, like, what are we supposed to? It's like, we'll bring him to the elder. Bring him to the elder. So that you're being brought to the elder. And after
cool.
After a minute or so, but when you come to, I had a cowl. Dun, dun, dun. I'm gonna put you on the map. Put you on the map, kid.
Map I can't see.
So
Great.
Cal is in a different spot. You're like over to the right if you're on Roll20. To the very right of the map.
That I can't see. It's okay, yes. Gotcha.
So you're in a room. What you see is not much because you don't have. Okay, so the hulking figures that brought you to this room, dumped you out into a cold stone floor, and it kind of one motion. They kind of whip the hood off, and as you tumble and start to regain your bearings, before you're able to catch a glimpse, the doors that you had just you realize you've just been thrown through, both shut and behind you, as you are in a cavernous hallway. And I made this look different, so I need to fix it.
Well,
Oops.
I try to stand up, adjust myself, and is it like really dark in here? Because I'm gonna readjust my glasses that way I can see.
Yeah. I'm gonna put you. We're gonna. There's a pretend door there now, double doors in this hallway, and you're in a yeah. So, did you have anything? Did you have light cantrip or anything, or
I have dark vision right now.
dark vision with your glasses? Oh, the goggles of night.
Okay,
Okay.
goggles. Yeah.
With my goggles, that's what I'm saying. Like, is it dark? Because if it's really dark, I'm just gonna readjust my goggles. If it's not dark,
Sorry.
put my goggles up.
Yeah. So earlier you were still catching light from like the guys were emitting light, and you had your brazier, or I don't think it was lit. But
No.
now you're in this hallway, and you see right in front of you is a door that might seems to lead to somewhere else, and but to the left, as you start to creep around the corner, there is a greater hallway leading down, and it has some openings on the left side that look like doors. I'm gonna give this thing.
I'm gonna go and say, and just call out like, "Hello, anyone else here?" Looking around, I assume they just shut the door and they left out the people that were carrying me, and they left out the other way.
Yes.
So I'm gonna inch my way forward and check the first door.
Okay. As
Is it
you, so you inch forward and wrong layer. Just down here. Oh gosh, roll 20's freaking out. All right, and then here we go. You inch forward and happen upon the first door. Ooh. Okay. And you said you're checking?
Yeah, I'm checking the handle, see if it's locked.
As you reach down and for the handle, it seems to give, like it's not locked.
Alright, well, I open it up a peek, see if anyone's inside.
As you open it, you hear almost like someone's right up by your ear. You hear cow. As you hear your name just whispered,
Like behind me, or
like right next to you.
Like sweet nothings.
Yeah, like it's way too close for comfort if it was a stranger, but
Yeah, I'm gonna run.
kind of in one motion as
Okay,
you.
I found this
Yes.
on the web person. Check it out.
not even gonna like turn and just like, yes. As I.
So you turn to it like, so you're stepping into the room, but you turn around.
No, like I was peeking into the room and you said I heard it, so I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just freeze. I don't turn. I'm just like, yes.
Oh, okay.
That's
So nothing responds back. You just, if you look down the hallway again and you look, kind of both ways to see what just whispered. There's nothing. Just eerie vibes. Ooh.
Alright, well, I keep going inside the room. Is there, notice anything in there?
You step inside. In the middle of the room stands a carved stone tub filled with gnawed dwarven bones. The tub is equipped with a faucet.
Okay. Bathroom. Well, I don't gotta go to the bathroom, so back out and close the door.
Okay. Back into the as you go back into the hallway and look down, you notice something catches your eye, and something emitting a little bit of light. You just miss it. It seems to enter that second room.
Alright, I cautiously go to that second room. Get to the second door.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay.
Here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Wrong layer. Okay, Cal. Again, you check the door. It seems to be, but it's so the door is closed. Whatever you just saw enter that way, and the way the doors open, they open out into. We'll say that just for this one opens out into the hallway, so doesn't add up. It's like, how did something?
Went through the doorway.
Yeah.
Through the door. Okay. So I'm like really cautious now, and I'm gonna just inch the door open and take a peek inside. Hello?
You, even with your dark vision, you can clearly see that this is another similar, the same shape as the last room, but this one has furnishings that are, you can tell, was at one point for honored guests. But this has been, it looks decayed, decrepit.
Okay. So
In the corner, your dark vision, it seems to be almost like short-circuiting in one corner of the room, as it's kind of fades to intense black in the room. And as you, the longer you stay in here, the blackness grows. And then you can see like there's certain veins on creeping on the outside, the whole room, and in the center of the black, there is a face that creeps, that makes its way through the ichor, and it's going to reveal itself. Ooh. And an ethereal, misty individual floats from the corner of the. Oops, I need to drag this down. There you go. I'm gonna make it to where she emits. So, Cal, before you, you would see what you know to be an apparition, a ghost. Dun, dun, dun.
yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Who are you?
I'm
Why
Cal.
are you here?
I'm here with my party investigating the place.
Party? No party here. And the ghost flares up, and it looks hostile, and it seems to make a gesture like it's going to attack.
Oh, like it's going to attack?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if it's about to attack, I'm gonna can I cast protection from good and from evil and good?
Okay.
Yeah.
You throw that in the chat, or I can do it. Oh,
There
we
you
go.
go.
Da-da-da.
Apparition. If she looks like she's about to attack,
Yes.
I'm going to cast this
Nice.
and
Disadvantage on attack. You can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. Nice. Da-da-da.
I mean, that's like the perfect use of that spell.
yeah. So I was like, she's about to attack, so I'm like, protection. Not here to fight.
Why are you here? She starts to shrink a little bit, down from like large size.
I believe we're just here to investigate the area. Not quite sure. I was leaving all the talking to the other guys.
The ghost will. Not satisfied with that answer. She's going to disappear and float back into the wall. And she looks disappointed. And she fades away.
Alright, well, I'm going to keep up my concentration on this, just in case. Is there anything else in this room? Any, like, notes or anything?
Nothing in this room.
Nothing else in this room? Alright. I'm going to take one last look around and head back out.
Okay. As you exit into the hallway, another apparition down the hallway. I'm gonna give it some light here. Low light, 10 feet. Hovers from the third entrance out into the middle of the hallway, kind of like squaring off at you, and seems to kind of intimidatingly take position in the middle of the hallway. And
Okay. Can I help you with anything? Just why was I brought here?
As soon as you speak, this one's going to step forward, and the one from before, same, and they look different enough that you can tell they are not the same. The other one kind of slinks from through the wall of the third room, both inching their way toward you, and look intimidating, but again, they're not attacking. So the back one will say, "This one doesn't know. It seems to be confused." And the first one, the one that hadn't spoken to, will ask you, "Where do you get your power?"
My power comes from my God.
And the other one asks in response, "Who is your god?
Alright, so here's the thing.
Who do you follow?"
Follow, Brown.
What?
Like the guy I chose, I wasn't sure if it was a good with this story or whatnot. It was a RAO.
Oh, Rao. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So,
I mean, it's fine if you wanted that. That's fine. It's not part of the story, but that's cool. We can. It's all good. Cool.
It's like an underground god.
yeah.
What is he? What god of what?
I said he's like an underground god. You know, not many people have heard of him.
Even heard him. Up and coming, Kickstarter god. So.
He's a peace god.
And so after you answer Rao, they kind of look at each other, and one snickers. This one cannot see. Perhaps they will not see. And the larger one would like, well, he travels with the Phandalorian. So.
Yeah, I know that name.
So you speak up. We will let her decide. And the female ghost agrees. Yes, she will know what to do. They seem to be speaking about someone who's not there. And
Yeah, gotcha.
these two step forward, and they're still coming toward you, Cal. But as they step forward, the ghosts, if one was larger, they shrink down to like medium size now. And the ghosts you've seen Mando 100 times reach for his gauntlet and like operate his devices and stuff, and just the way his gestures and everything. And a very familiar sequence takes place. They both kind of in unison reach for their left gauntlets and type two buttons, and then before you there's like a shimmer, and the ghostly, the ghastly appearance fades away it washes away, and before you are two, definitely Phandalorians, but different enough from Mando to where they're distinct. One is quite large, in fact, and the second one, female. Say what? Go ahead.
No, I'm picturing. I gotcha.
Yeah.
They look alike him, but they're not him. They're not wearing the same colors or whatnot.
Not literally the same, but yeah, and unmistakably Phandalorian. And maybe the large one steps forward. You need to work on your answers before you meet with the elder. She's gonna ask you the same questions. And I'm sorry about the big one. Sorry about earlier with the bag on your head. We had to make sure we have raiders that come through here, and we have a reputation we like to uphold. And if you turn around, there were like two more ghosts coming down around the corner, but they see it's like they were ready to start haunting, but then they see the Phandalorians out of costume. They're like, "Oh, we're not doing it? Okay." And everybody like decloaks and uses, and for like spell reasons we can what would this be, like minor illusion or something, but whatever.
It would be just silent image or
silent
image. Even maybe even greater illusion.
But working technology way. So, and the map is not visible. Thank you. Very good.
I'll go and just cancel out my my concentration on that. Well, what answers would I need? Would you advise?
The elder. She is a very religious person. You'll have to meet her. But I know that we have special connections to Savras, the god of foresight. This covert.
Okay. Well, like I pull up my shield like Savras because I had the picture, the eye.
Savras, yes.
I had the eye put onto that shield.
And we'll make up some cool hand gesture, but like they do Savras, and they do like a cool eye.
I do binocular.
With the upside down, like elementary school, like Savras. But this to show respect. Cool. Not like they're surprised or anything by it, but they're just humble and reverent. So so you have already had a brush with Savras then?
Yes.
Yeah. Perhaps. Yeah, but he looks at his companion, and she looks up at him, and you hear, that same kind of digitized voice through the helmet. Perhaps this group is chosen by Savras herself, and they're gonna let us take him to the elder.
I do have a friend that looks almost like y'all.
Yes, we saw the Phandalorian with you, but we don't know this person. We've never seen him before, but we had to, we've kept our eye on you this whole time. We've judged you by your character, and we saw. Well, basically, we took control of your vessel upon your approach. We were able to scan your reactions and your experience ever since you came within a mile of our covert, and we piloted the vessel down. And yes, well, we've more to show you. So let's find the elder.
Just thinking of stuff. So they were the ones that mess with the Neverweakened. Okay.
They escort you to the end of the hallway, kind of like where you first got dropped off. And I don't have Phandalorian tokens. These are still ghost tokens. Da-da-da.
I mean, aren't a lot of Phandalorian tokens?
What? Did he freeze?
Yes.
I'm like, yeah. Go on. So, Cal, you get brought down to. Let me get at least make her something different looking. Sure. Cal, you're brought to a room. The 4 Phandalorians now escorting you. You enter a narrow room with double doors to the west, and at the end is a bit more ornate setup. I'm sorry, uniform that this Phandalorian's wearing. She's got. I mean, would be too on the nose for it. She's looks like she might be in charge. She's got.
Gotcha.
Yeah, a decorative mace, but like ornate past anything, beyond anything you've ever seen. Like you have, let's say you have a really nice one, but this one's like, oh man, should you even be carrying that around? Like, shouldn't it be on a mantle somewhere? Very
Gotcha, yeah.
And you hear, hello, Karl Amanza. Nice to finally meet you. We've been watching your group for, let's see, well, ever since you caught our attention at the Shrine of Savras. And we've been watching you ever since.
No, that's the first time we encountered Savras. We had a vision.
Savras has blessed you with a vision.
Yes.
This is not done lightly. And she'll turn her back to you a little bit and wave her arm, and there's a screen on the wall, and it kind of comes to life as she waves her arm. And she'll ask you, what do you know of has your Phandalorian friend told you anything of our history?
Not too much. He has been trying to find others of his kind.
Only natural, yes. This is it is too few and far between these days. Our kind must strengthen our numbers, and we've been on decline for quite some time, but let me show you a brief history. And the holograms start lighting up, and she'll show you. You know the world, Toril, as it is today, and she'll kind of give you a bird's eye view, and she shows different scenes that you've witnessed. These are all from like the. It almost feels like you're in the cockpit of the Neverweakened, looking down on Phandalin, and then she waves her hand, and then there's the top of Icefire Peak, and she waves her arm, and there you are. Now you're over Neverwinter Wood, and there's Liverless down there. He's walking, and then she waves it again, and then there's a city. You can tell it's probably Neverwinter, and just the shape of the bay and everything, and then our people come from a time far before this. And she waves her arms again, and everything gets blurry. And now you're zoomed out far, and it's this is the world we are and we live on right now. And this is Toril, the Earth, shaped planet that you guys are on, or planet-shaped planet. And waves her arm again. We were among the first to emerge in the days of man, after wars between the giants and the dragons, and among them were the chief magic users of the day. They encountered some artifacts that infused their culture with magic. They were called the Netherese, and she waves her arm again, and there was a particular mage among them who was too greedy with power, and he sought to make an unnatural world, and he cast spells that were far beyond what the weave was meant to handle, and he ended up raising whole cities by butchering nature's mountains that the natural activity of the planet created. And you see, as she waves her arm, three, the one very close floating city, and then two in the distance, all going different directions. And she says, for thousands of years we thrived, the Netherese, but in our hubris, there was some bit of pure scientific research and curiosity, and there were some mages that made contact with other planes, beings that we had never seen anything like before. She waves her arm, and Cal, you see a wall of I don't know why my mind goes here, but Toy Story with all the Buzz Lightyears on the when he discovers he's a toy, and there's like tons of Buzz Lightyears, but it's like null. There's like a bunch of nulls, like shelves and shelves and shelves of like just thousands of null, and they all look like null. And she waves her arm again, and beings that were so far advanced in the technological pursuits that we learned that it was more of a benefit to embrace the technology instead of trying to push magic farther than it's supposed to. And she waves her arm, and you see a brief glimpse of a null type, like a unit, a null unit, but with some like it being on more of a stretcher than a workbench, and you see multiple situations like this, and also Phandalorians in on stretchers, and it looks like some kind of science experiments are going back and forth, and there's like just different scenes with experimentation. You can tell that they're learning to enhance their armor, and she explains, as our Netherese counterparts, our cohorts were obsessed with finding unnatural ways to extend their lives, to live a life of luxury and hedonism. We took to a more technological route, and we decided, we took a creed that we would never be reliant fully on this arcane magic, that we would find a way to distinguish ourselves with our technology. And there came a day where the hubris of these Netherese grew so great that the mage who was in charge cast a spell so great that it, in fact, for a brief moment, broke the entire weave, and magic ceased to operate altogether. And it was at that moment that these flying cities, the engines that powered them all failed, and at once just started falling out of the sky. But it was only the Phandalorians who we get these jetpacks. It was through our technology, and exactly, and the ships that we had learned to create from, again, contacting these other beings from across planes, from across the universe. We were able to survive this great. This is a millions of lives lost in this one day, in this one moment, but many Phandalorians made it out. But since then, in this world, we have found ourselves shunned by former Netherese and forced to go into hiding and broken into these coverts, and now it brings us here to Axeholm, This was for a century now. We've successfully operated under the guise that we were, ghosts, that Axeholm was haunted. But now, the jig's up. We'll have to find something. But it is interesting that you have been touched by Savras. I believe it. I sense it about you. And she does a cool shaman aura vibe check on Cal. Yes. He's cool.
I sense that your current god's a little pissed off, but it's alright.
So, and then as she's telling you this story, she'll say, I wonder how your friends are doing. And let's go check on them. But then we've got some
We're outside.
we sent some sentinels. They're like Roombas. We have to turn around. There should be fighting them right now, or at least keeping them busy. So at that point, the elder opens up. Cal, you're right next to her. She opens up these double doors, and you hear you hear Mando's blaster, and then all of a sudden, bear roaring, and you hear the metal of Null and his robot clinking against everything, all the battle before you, and you look down and you witness the last couple of blows that these guys make short work of the magnetic elementals.
And go through my bag real quick and pull out some jerky and just
They're fine.
They're doing fine. They don't need me.
Your friends are very strong. Very impressive. And it was just for funny sake, when she says you're very strong, you could be one of the times you guys got hit. Tooth flies out.
For the most part.
But yeah, and then biddly-boop, biddly-boop. So timelines converge. At that moment, so there's Mando with the fallen magnetic elementals. I still didn't look up that word. I want the word that means to splinter, but with rock. To make rubble. To rubbleify. To rubblify.
Just shatter?
Yeah, I guess. Shatter. Shatter's more delicate. I want crumble. To explode, crumble. I'm gonna make a new word. Explumble. Explumble. Anyways. So cool. You guys are on the first floor of this of Axeholm, and it's the 40-foot ceilings open up. So Cal, you're probably 20 feet higher than they are looking up. So you still got another 20 feet above you, looking down, eating your jerky. And yeah. Guys, aside from Cal, you hear a slow clap start as the elder, regaled in almost a glowing, almost white. It's still metallic, it's an alloy, but it's very white, very light armor, steps forward, and with on her gauntlets, there's almost like that henna art on the tattoo on the hands that the women get, so that, but on her gauntlets, and it's just a really fucking sick looking, and I'm thinking the night owl look from Bo-Katan, but not quite, just more white nighty,
Gotcha.
like Galadriel version of that. So okay, and dang it, 1 second.
If she's Galadriel, I'm dwarven in shape of armor, all hard edges and
Yeah,
rounded corners.
looking for the name that you sent so I can sound cool. Shoot. It's gonna sound cooler if I say it first, but I'll. Mando's. Oh, is it here? Is it here?
A keeper?
Sun Kai Lun of the First Dragon Clan. Welcome to these halls. Who are your friends?
Mando will look up to the balcony and see someone address him in such a manner and say, "You haven't earned the right to call me by that name."
Oh. Oh, well then perhaps. I mean, she has, but like, let's see. Perhaps I should show you then. And okay, I was not prepared for this.
So in the span of like 15 minutes, a bunch of lore dropped.
Screw your lore. I do things my way.
Now he's fighting the lore.
Now he's fighting the lore.
These are my friends. I have
Rumble.
found companions along my journeys.
Let's see. First Dragon Clan. Some kind of the First Dragon Clan. You claim I have not earned the right to call you by your name, but are you even aware of where the First Dragon Clan gets its name? I knew your mother.
Whew. My mother and father couldn't keep me.
Any frisk. Really?
Couldn't keep you?
He froze.
Scored.
Oh, I thought that was like a dramatic pause. Okay, no, it's a technological pause.
It's dramatic, but it's not a intentional pause.
It's really dramatic.
I understand they couldn't keep you. Well, working on that.
Let's put a pin on that.
What is it? It's the calculon dramatic pause.
Yeah. Such is the way with Phandalorians. We cannot be kept.
Alright, I'm back.
Dramatic pause over.
You have returned, son Kylo.
Son Garland looks beyond her to the ceiling, and some dribble comes down his chin.
He does this. He tries to do this, like, the Rock kind of stare sort of deal. This intense stare.
What was that? That kind of shakes his head.
She'll say, I knew your mother. We were... Damn it. Okay, now I don't want to change what we've already done.
She said, "I knew your parents." I said, "How could you? They gave me up long ago."
Oh, not your birth mother. Sorry, your Phandalorian mother. I'm assuming did you not? You were raised by a
Oh, I read my own stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And damn it, that did not go how I thought it would.
Are you referring to our father, the founder
of Phandalor? No, yes, of the First Dragon Clan. Well, I was going to say, I wasn't ready for this. Fuck. We can tie it up though. We'll tie it up with a bow. The First Dragon Clan was initiated because it was out of necessity. It was after the attack on Phandalorians. You are a special sect. The Mint. Yeah, I don't want to bullshit it and get it wrong now. So I have an idea, but I need to flesh that out. It has to do with the last Phandalorian battle 100 years ago with Banjo Tet. So I don't want to say it wrong now, though. So we'll wait.
Okay.
But yes, insert that here, and then wow,
Gotcha. Cut.
right. Yeah, sorry, I didn't have that idea until just now, so I looked it up.
It's okay. We'll fix it in post.
It's like so like you're telling me that Noel is like really old.
Excuse me.
So yeah, they look at Noel. That's the other part to this. Yes, this one very intriguing. And she takes out what looks like a little remote. It's a little device, and she aims it at Noel and pushes a button, and like stands back waiting for something to happen. And she looks at like her people. They're like, I don't understand. And she tries it again, and like you're just nothing. Like you're like, what's wrong? What are we doing? Like she's pointing a TV remote at you, expecting something to happen. And, but this is impossible. And they're whispering to each other. And they ask you, where do you come from specifically? Do you know?
First thing I remember is just waking up in a field.
Whisper. They're whispering. Like, this is highly irregular. And dust yourselves off, and we're going to meet in the hall upstairs. Come up here to meet us. We'll get them. And then guys on the first floor, the magnetic elementals, we're gonna say that those two, like the one you defeated and the one that fell apart, form again, and then two more. So now there's like four, and they kind of act as bodyguards, escorting you guys to upstairs, and where you encounter some more Phandalorians, and they are going to drag everybody over to this big hall over here.
Greg is still a bear. He does not trust these people fully yet.
Cal. Mando, no, damn. Oh, that worked.
Okay, real quick question: would I be able to command someone to D-shape?
To what?
Grab D-shape to go back to turtle. Yeah, because it's one word thing, so I'm like.
Can you command us? Is command limited by intelligence or the intelligence level of the creature?
It is, but
That's
druids maintain their mental stance.
Yeah, you have to pass some saving throw, and then follow the command. I guess it's directly harmful to it, then it wouldn't work. But it's not harmful to you. I'm just asking. I'm not about to cast it. I'm just thinking, would it? Because I don't think it would, really. Cal's just gonna like
walk up, change.
Up there. Greg, it's okay. It's okay.
Are the options it gives, are those what you're limited to, or those are just like suggestions?
Those are just suggestions, I believe.
I mean, yeah, transfer.
You're not limited to that.
Those are some tips. Yeah.
I mean, definitely, if you wanted to burn a slot, yeah.
You could say expectorate. And he'll spit.
Or like reform. Yeah.
Revert.
Get it
Revert.
together.
That's the word. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab more drink real quick.
So like I'm the first like try to talk to Greg, and I only have common that I know a bear might understand.
I can understand. I just can't speak.
Yeah. So Greg, it's okay. You're fine. Come back to your.
Can't speak common. You can speak bear.
But it's very you're shaking his head. Okay. So I'm the command.
Spill covering your face. Just
And Gray to revert. So well, I didn't need to do that, but yeah.
oh, it's a DC 15. Well, cool thing I get advantage on wisdom saving throws. So
You're fighting it.
It's just a spell, so
that's 23.
why do you get advantage, man? You're a bear. You shouldn't get advantage.
Still a druid first.
Well, anyway. So
Okay.
Bear
You're
Greg,
still-
Bear Greg with the magnetic elementals. Oh, keep going to the wrong one. There we go. Everybody else in there. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. Once actually, I'm gonna get some water. Too much talking.
I guess it's break time. I wouldn't mind some water too.
It's so weird. Whenever y'all turn your cameras off, it rearranges the camera settings.
Or when your stream drops, then it rearranges it too.
Oh man, what?
It always puts you back, but he just like turned his camera off and it puts him to the bottom.
Yeah, we just got messed up.
It'll fix itself when there's stuff. Everyone's cameras turn back on.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wait. There it goes. Oh, nice.
Okay, so turn off camera destroys screen. Noted.
Good now. Yeah, so everybody's in this new room, and everyone seems to be not gawking, but it's definitely special interest in Null as he walks through, and
Lowell just confused.
yeah. As you, especially, yeah. And as they are escorted into this room, you notice that there is a group of Phandalorians carrying one of the sarcophagi from that you guys have been loaded, that was loaded onto the Neverweakened.
What?
And,
Banjo Ted?
not that one, but they take it up to an altar. It seems like a repurposed altar that's like just their table, and they open up the sarcophagus, and inside is the body of 7 of 11, and
A hidden one.
and at the behind the altar, the main visual component of this centerpiece of the room. Is a facade that starts to open up and give way, like a door inside a door inside a door, and it reveals there are 11 stretchers. This is one apparatus, but it's like 11 beings on this thing, and dramatic lighting, fog machine. They scoot forward. And sure enough, the seventh space of these 11 null creatures. It's a bunch of nulls, basically. They all look like 7 of 11. The Phandalorians pick up 7-Eleven's body, and the elder turns to Null, and she was like, "You may find some interest in this." And she gets the same remote that she was trying to use on you. She points it, has it ready, pointing at the apparatus as the Phandalorians place the body of 7 into like what it's perfect for him. It's like like it was made for him, and they attach him to the apparatus. They step back and they clear space for a while, and the elder.
Am I getting weird Fifth Element vibes that they're gonna like activate something?
The elder says, "Oh, well, interesting," and she presses the button on her control, and sure enough, like a bunch of science noises start going off, and the eyes of all the nullbots start to illuminate as the apparatus shakes for a second, and there's this like power is like fading in the or pulsing in the room. The armor that the elder wears is kind of always has like an ethereal shine to it. It seems to intensify as she is pressing the button and starts to operate. But yes, in this moment, 11 like in sentry mode nulls hop down all in unison, do the hero landing, and come to, and they kind of fall in formation. There's 11. Dramatic lighting. And she will say, "What's these? Are lore forged." And she was going to, hand wave and gesture toward the beings. They were created just before the fall of Netheril, and we built them to protect ourselves against the Netherese, our fellow Netherese that we feared that would turn on us. And we indeed that day came. For upon the fall of Netheril, it was the lore forged beings that came to our aid and had a huge hand in our survival. But we've learned to live together. We've through from a universe across space gnomes, we learned the technology necessary to forge these beings. But what we've never encountered is the original everything we've created was based off of a copy of an idea, the original being that came from the many stars beyond here, and we I mean, judging by this, we may think that your friend here may be connected in some way, because every law forged on Toril will respond to our commands. They're automatons. And then 7 steps forward. "Hello, yes. I am 7 of 11." And the guy right next to, "I am 8 of 11. Hello, I am ready." And then 9 of 11, 1 of 11, 11 of 11. They all so it's just, and they all start greeting each. But you get the idea that while 7 is quirky and he's definitely friendly, he's not like original. He's kind of he's one of many. And so yes, he steps forward. 7 does. He's like, "I want to thank all of you for returning me home, so I could be with my brothers." And just like the metal high five, clink, clink. And then, "As for you, Null, I don't know what you are, but we stand.
Neither do I.
We stand with you. Definitely, we consider you robot brother." And they're all like, "Yeah, yeah."
But aren't I the original?
We don't know. No, that is to be seen. The eldest pipes up. We we know that you have piloted the Neverweakened, and we know that was Banjo Tet, old ship. He was in our covert. Banjo Tet was of our kindred, and we're gonna end the session soon. But it'll be like a thing. But first, I want to show you. Want to show you where the Neverweakened came from, and then maybe next time, maybe we can learn more about these. And she's gonna take you. So the 11 automatons now, they're mingling with the Phandalorians and the big guy who was escorting Cal earlier, the kind of the strong arm. He comes up and to Noel and kind of Mando also, and kind of like addressing both of you. I want to thank you for bringing Seven back to so he can be with the others because they only work when they're all together. I believe our Banjo Ted and maybe some Phandalorians we don't know may have put a spell on him so that he could linger and as the spirit inside the Neverweakened, but I believe that's been broken now, and he can be back with us. So thank you, and go about it. So everyone's you're being escorted to a different room, and it's like the stairway keeps going down. You're past the first level that you guys came in. Past like easily 2 times that depth as you just keep circling down these steps, endlessly winding, and the only thing lighting the way is the occasional torch, and then even those stop after a while, but then begins a different kind of illumination. It's more bioluminescent. There's like mushrooms growing and fungus and growth, and then this opens up into a large cavern at the end, and the elder turns back, and we'll say she's been leading the way, and she'll turn back to you guys. And now, gentlemen, you're going to enter the next chapter, and you're going to learn that this world is much bigger than you thought it was. And as you go into a new room, it opens up, and boom, boom, there's like as far, not as far as the eye can see, but definitely very, very far. We'll say easily, let's say 100 yards of football field. So easily 500 yards, 5 football fields long, and you see hundreds of Phandalorians doing various tasks. And moving different, large cargo around. There's like little, instead of just normal like wheeled carts, they're hovering. They seem to be very industrious. There's clang, clang, clang. There's all kinds of the sounds of industry happening. And you look and you notice that there are dozens of vessels, not unlike the Neverweakened, but a different size. Some bigger, some like much bigger, some of the same. There you see another Dragonfly class, so it's very similar to the Neverweakened, but not as decked out as y'all's, and it's just different shapes, different sizes. And then at one point there are a few large bay doors in this hangar area that I'm going to say it kind of works like Monsters Inc. And then one of them opens up, and you can see like one of the ships is getting ready for takeoff. And as the ship opens up, it's not underground that you see, but as the doors open, you see like the void of space. Like you see stars in the distance, and as if this was the back door of like the Enterprise, like opening up into space. Like that's what it looks like. and the wings of this particular vessel start to buzz, and then zip, it zips through and then closes, and and then goes on to the next one. But welcome to the Phandalorian Covert. We've much to show you.
And Noel just leans over to Mando. Think we found the army.
Yes, we've much to learn. There is a lot going on Torah, and we've much to discuss. So we'll stay on Discord, but I'm going to end it right there. We'll talk in a second. Da, da, da.